Greetings, charming, well-read, indulgent Libra. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, and now I am going to get into the June 2019 tarot and astrology forecast for the sun sign of Libra. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I highly recommend that you watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, then contact me to have your birth chart done. Everyone should have their chart done at least once in their lives. It's a great tool for self-awareness and self-discovery. And if you've had your chart done, then getting periodic transit readings is really good, because the transits get into where the planets are now and how that affects you. And that gets really, really interesting. So get in touch with me and let's read about it. And basically, as we enter the beginning of June, Libra, there seems to be a situation involving two men, a man of business and an intellectual type, perhaps. But yeah, there's a situation involving two men and either an invitation or a new opportunity. And the basis looks like a celebration of some kind. Happiness, abundance, joy, love. What's leaving is an emotional woman. What could come into being is possibly a journey or trip, and where this doesn't represent a journey or trip, it could just in general more figuratively have to do with avoiding or escaping or abandoning a situation. And what will come into being mid-month, it looks like Libra is worried about something, but that thing is going to work out. It's a test of faith. It's time to turn your will over to the universe, to the divine order, and trust that it's all going to be okay. Fears or insecurities have to do with saving money, investments, practical matters, financial concerns. Others see you. There's a man of business who is looking in your direction. Your positive feelings have to do with the Two of Swords reversed. So this is, new things, new awarenesses that you are seeing in your environment. Getting clarity, Libra feels very positive about towards the end of June. And at the end of the month, you're working. This could be a new job or collaboration at the end of June for Libra. So that's the tarot overview. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets for Libra as well. As we enter the month of June, the Sun and Mercury are in Gemini. The Moon, Venus, and Uranus are all in Taurus. Let's see. Mars and the North Node are in Cancer. Saturn and Pluto are both in Capricorn retrograde. Jupiter's in Sagittarius retrograde. Neptune is in Pisces. And Chiron is in Aries. And that Chiron in Aries is actually very significant for Libra, because Aries opposes Libra on the zodiac. And, where that Chiron is transiting has been affecting some Libras. And if you want to know more about that, then contact me for your own transit reading. But I'm going to keep going. June 3rd is the new moon of Gemini, and if you follow me or watch my videos, you know that new moons are incredibly rich and fertile spiritual soil to plant the seeds of intention that you want to manifest in the material world. And each new moon has specific themes that it particularly supports. And the new moon of Gemini is the writer's new moon. And I know you Libras, we are very creative Libras. And so if you have any writing projects that you are working on or considering working on, the new moon of Gemini is a great time to set intentions around that. If you are beginning a new writing project or want to begin a new writing project, definitely set intentions around this at the new moon of Gemini, June 3rd. And this can be writing a play, writing a novel, writing a poem, writing a song, writing a thesis, writing an essay, whatever it is. This supports writing. It also supports speaking if you have public speaking engagements, or anything. If you need to express yourself verbally or written, you can set intentions around it with this new moon. And also, if you need to clear up communication with someone, have you had an argument recently with a friend, you can set intentions, or with a business associate, or with anybody, family member, you can set intentions around clearing that up. If there's someone in your life who you haven't been able to communicate with for a long time, the Gemini new moon is great to set intentions around clearing that up. So anything around that realm of written or verbal communication, the new moon of Gemini really supports that. So I encourage you to do an altar. If you're interested in being in my altar, contact me. I can handle a handful of clients on my altar as well every month. And if you're on my altar, then I write your intentions, and I gather the right candles, flowers, crystals, tarot cards, and everything to help your manifestations come to life. And it's very powerful, the new moon altars. And let's see, June 4th, Mercury enters Cancer, so collectively communication becomes more intuitive, it becomes more emotionally based when Mercury is in Cancer. Mercury rules communication. Cancer is the feminine principle. It's emotional, it's intuitive, it's receptive. Memory is increased when Mercury is in Cancer. Cancer deals with the past a lot, so when Mercury is in Cancer, you may be thinking about the past, a little bit more nostalgic during this time of the year than other times, perhaps, in your thought process. June 6th, Jupiter is forming a sextile-quadrant with Uranus. That's Jupiter in Sagittarius forming a sextile-quadrant with Uranus and Taurus. And I'm not going to get so much into that with Libra right now. Libra does form a sextile with Sagittarius and a quincunx with Taurus. So, you know, anyone from 2 degrees to 6 degrees Libra may feel this, as well as people from, 17 degrees to 21 degrees Libra. So it affects 2 different sectors of the Libra population in different ways. And it has to do with restlessness, rebelliousness, foolish risks for the sake of freedom. It's definitely not good for financial speculation. But again, contact me for your own transit reading. We can get more into that. June 6th, June 8th, Venus enters Gemini. Venus is attraction, Venus is romance, Venus is creativity. So Gemini is mental, Gemini is communicative. It's about words, thoughts, and ideas. So when Venus enters Gemini, for single people, you are very romantically curious during this time. For people who are in a relationship, you may be connecting to your partner on a more mental level this time, a lot more talking. Maybe you're writing love letters to each other. But in general, when Venus is in Gemini, collectively, we are attracted to things that stimulate us mentally. And June 14th, Jupiter is forming a semi-sextile with Saturn. And that is going to be significant. Well, for 16 degrees to 20 degrees Libra, this is a difficult aspect because it's forming a square. And if you're born, so this is a complicated one to explain on this video. This is definitely more of a personal reading kind of aspect. So if you're interested in knowing more about it, call me, we'll do your chart, we'll read your transits, and we'll dig in. June 16th, Jupiter is square Neptune, again for 16 degrees to 20 degrees Virgo. This is going to affect you, and this is a time to just not be gullible. This is a time to not engage in escapism of any sort. This isn't a good time to be doing drugs or engaging with substances. It isn't a good time to be having financial speculations, gambling, following a religious cult or anything like that, because your capacity to believe is expanded. And so Jupiter and Neptune together can be too much of a good thing sometimes, and it can become disappointing, and you can be embarrassed by, a foolish loss. It can be over idealizing someone in romance, things like that. June 17th is the full moon of Sagittarius, and the full moon of Sagittarius is Libra loves this full moon. It's sextile. Sagittarius forms a sextile with Libra. So particularly if you're 23 degrees Libra to 27 degrees Libra, this is going to be a very energetic, passionate, stimulating new moon for you. This full moon, full moon. It's the Sagittarius full moon on June 17th. Sometimes when I'm doing these videos and I'm talking, I start mixing up new and full. But the new moon of Gemini is June 3rd. The full moon of Sagittarius is June 17th. And yeah, so education, philosophy, religion, travel, that's all highlighted and illuminated under the Sagittarius full moon. June 18th, Saturn forms a sextile with Neptune for 16 degrees to 20 degrees Libra. This is a significant aspect, and it has to do with finding higher purpose in your work. And it's a very beautiful aspect. June 21st is the summer solstice. So happy summer solstice. It's also the day that Neptune goes retrograde and the sun enters Cancer. So energetically, it's a big day in the sky in June. The summer solstice is the longest day of the year. It's a time for reflection, a time of enlightenment and illumination. It's a time to be out in nature and celebrate Mother Earth. It's a time to have fun and be joyous. Neptune going retrograde, this is again something that's going to affect 16 degrees to 20 degrees Libra. And this is not a quick aspect, it's a slow moving aspect over time. Neptune is subtle, it's about subtlety and nuance. It adds a subtle flavor to your life over time. And this one is an interesting one, so definitely contact me for a reading if you're in the 16 to 20 degree Libra, so we can talk about what the tone this will take as this transit is going through. And also June 21st, the sun enters Cancer, and so we're entering Cancer season. Definitely call all your Cancer friends and family and wish them a happy birthday. And you know, Cancer season is a very emotional time of the year. Cancer themes are highlighted, feminine principles, the mother, emotions. It's a moody time of the year as well. The past comes up, nostalgia comes up, issues of security, protectiveness, mysticism, all of these things come up with Cancer. So that's Cancer season we're going into from June 21st until after mid-July. And then June 24th, Jupiter in Sagittarius is forming a quincunx with the true node in Cancer, which for, again, if you're 15 degrees now to 19 degrees Libra, this is going to be affecting you. And it can have to do with religious, moral, education, and values being at conflict with society, or else difficulty in adjusting to a social institution. June 25th, Uranus is quintile the true node, and that's Uranus at 5 degrees Taurus, quintile the true node at 17 degrees Cancer. So this will be forming a square to anyone from 15 degrees to 19 degrees Libra. And so it could be it can be experienced as a challenging aspect, but it is that friction is pulling you towards a uniqueness, expressing your uniqueness in line with your higher purpose, if that makes any sense. And if it doesn't, then contact me for a reading. We need to talk. And that's, and then the end is June 26th, is Mercury enters Leo. And so when Mercury enters Leo, Leo forms a sextile with Libra. So this is an energetic communication time. Libra loves to talk. So Libra's very talkative during this season. You're communicating your ideas passionately, dramatically. You're very expressive. The only thing that I want to say is, just make sure you're being a listener too and not just talking too much during this season, Libra. And that's it for the Libra forecast for June. Thank you for joining, Libra. I'm a Libra too, and so I am, partial to you. You are my tribe. If you liked this video, give me a like. If you didn't like it, then give me a dislike, but I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please forward this video to all of your Libra friends so they watch too. Please watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising. Please hit the notification bell so every time I post something you're notified. And please, please, please contact me for your own personal reading. This stuff works best and you get the most out of it when I can work with you one-on-one and we read together. And I can read in person if you're in Los Angeles, or I can read on the phone or on FaceTime too. So yeah, contact me for a reading soon, and have a great June, Libra. Bye.